So there we go. I've got a nice cup of tea. I got to tell you, it is warm in the studio. Jeez,
warm in my office as well.
It is quite toasty. I'm not going to lie. There we go. We're there. Hello, my name is Rob. This is Cat Rabbit Scale Model Studios. I'm joined by the ever lovely Josh.
Hello.
It's Josh for a little hangout and hobby for an hour of our company and just paint some stuff up, do some things, and just generally wimble on.
Yes.
Which is what we do best. Josh, what are you going to be doing today?
I am actually not painting tonight, but I am going to build my Terminators.
Oh, rather. Lovely, lovely models. They are very, very cool. I've got some World Eaters one on the shelf with 2 to go.
Yes. So
the Alpha Legion colour scheme on those is wicked.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Terminators look so good in Alpha Legion. Like they really do. I think it's great in Alpha Legion. It's that silver trim. Things like Word Bearers and Alpha Legion look really, really good as Terminators. Yeah. I won't be told otherwise. I am going to be finishing the base for this little guy.
Oh, cute.
This little limited. This was the first ever Orc that Games Workshop ever made, the LE1 Space Orc.
Would it be called if it was the actual first ever Orc? Like
it is.
No, I mean like the first ever one they actually made.
It is.
Like literally, like the number one. Like
that is it. It's the LE1. This is the first one.
Yeah, but I mean, like if it was the first one from the production as well.
Oh no, yeah. I mean that would be cool, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's that would be very cool actually. But cool model. But I do hate metal miniatures. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really like there's almost like pitting on it. And obviously I work in the aircraft trade, so I kind of look at stuff like this. And like I look at like there's a real suspect bit there. It's very hard to see, but just in there, it looks like a little crack. Don't know whether you can see it. It might be hard to see, but it's just there, and it's almost like where the metal has it's corroded away so much.
Yeah,
because over the years it's expanded and shrunk, and it just cracks. But I'm not sure whether this is an old pewter miniature because they went over to white metal a lot later. So I'm not so sure. But yeah, there's like pitting in it and stuff like that. And it's a cool model. It's janky. It's charming. But my God, is it difficult to paint?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing his base today. I've got my base materials. I'm going to give him a really fancy goblin green base.
Nice.
As I think the only thing I could do is a goblin green. I'm actually going to give him a black rim and a goblin green base because they had the rim that he originally came with was black, so he's going to have a nice dark rim.
I did paint up a 90s Space Marine the other day.
Did you?
We did club chapter, yeah.
Oh, nice. James kindly gave me one as well. I had one. That was here. I got that guy.
There's a couple in the club box, and I thought, a lot of people are doing them on Instagram at the moment.
I just couldn't be bothered. It's all the same faces winning all the time and stuff like that. So I kind of.
Well,
I thought you're competing against the best of the best here. Like, there's no point. It's a bit of fun, but I have to use my time a bit more sensibly.
Yeah, I don't think he entered like the actual competition. I just thought everyone was doing it.
Oh, right, okay. No, I was, and then I thought, no, I said to James, I was like, do you know what? Pop over one day, we'll sit down at the table, and we'll paint a silly old Marine each. And he was like, you know, I'd like to do that. So,
yeah.
Which, a lot of fun.
Oh, what's going on here?
So what have we got here? I need something to put glue on.
George sprayed some spray and it's gone all over my sprue and make it like really.
What's that? Sorry.
One of my daughters came in with some like air freshener kind of stuff, but sprayed it right next to me. All gone on the sprue and it's made it like really greasy.
Might be worth washing that one.
Yeah, I'm just dabbing him up there.
Because otherwise, I've actually got a little joint project with my daughter coming up.
Ooh. Can share any more?
Me and Littler, me and Lots. We love Studio Ghibli. Love Studio Ghibli movies. And we do like the ones where it's a bit more fantasy orientated, like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
However, we recently watched Whisper of the Heart and Up on Poppy Hill when Marnie was there, and they were really, really like lovely movies to watch. So what I've done is I've bought some N-Gage miniature railway buildings.
Okay.
But ones in the theme of Japan. One of the themes that kind of run through like those movies is that they were very much centered around like 1960s Japan, 1964, before they hosted the Olympics. And the look of the movies is quite unique. So I come across these buildings and I was like, oh my God, that looks just like, Whisper of the Heart. So I was like, do you know what? So I said to Lots, do you want to make a little thing? She was like, yeah. So we're going to make a little town. And in actual fact, I ordered a load of stuff from Japan and it arrived today. So obviously, I don't know a lot about this type of size or N-Gage. I'll tell you what, though, N-Gage stuff looks like it will scale really, really well with things like Adeptus Imperialis. So if you want to build like a cityscape, here's a tip for you. N-Gage model railway buildings, people. You heard it here first.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we're going to build a little street and town, and we've got some shops and things like that. But because they're so small, they're really, really cheap. So that's going to be, we're going to be doing some wholesome content, me and the kiddo.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it'd be a good laugh.
Yeah.
So there we go. But other than that, Josh, what have you been doing? How did the first week in the new venue go at the club?
Oh yeah, it went really well actually. We had 24 people.
Nice.
Turn up, and like we still had masses of room.
Yeah.
So like we had literally still over half the room to fill.
Nice.
So yeah, it went really well. Everyone seems to enjoy it. It's not as pretty as the last place, but it's
No, Crook House did have a lot of charm. That's one thing I will say about it. It was really unique.
Yeah, I know, but obviously this place is 10 times bigger, so we can
expand.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but no, it went really well.
Good.
Club again tomorrow night. So
yeah. What have you got running tomorrow night?
So not many people got back to me this week. So I think it might be a quiet one.
Yeah.
I should have a Blood Bowl game for a league being played tomorrow.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I think only another person's mentioned about playing Warhammer tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Some weeks is like that. You don't get much.
You're always going to get your quiet ones.
Yeah, but it's the first week, like kids back at school and that, so I've half expected it to be a little quiet. But you never know.
You might get a bit of an influx, or just people hadn't said whether they've come down or not, and they just show up and go, "Hello." So there we go. Let's speak about Josh. Let's speak about the reveals.
Yeah, you have to. I can't remember half of them, but yeah.
Nova Open, the reveals. Dun, dun, dun. Let me just get some sawdust out. Hang on, because I'm goblin greening this base. I need so the Nova Open Space Marines jump packs, Terminator chaplains. What were your thoughts?
I mean, I always like jump pack Space Marines. One of my favourites. So I quite like him.
The jump pack captain, quite cool.
I wouldn't rush out and buy him straight away, but maybe a bit in the future when I've got other clubs, because I don't really have Space Marine on myself.
Yeah,
it'll just be for club chapter. So,
what about the chaplain?
Less said of him, the better, I think.
So I like chaplains. I think chaplains are quite good. The Primaris chaplain I really, really like. I think it's a great looking model.
Yeah.
It seems to be whenever you speak to people, they like the Primaris chaplain. I painted that commemorative chaplain. I don't know, Tartarus or something his name was. The one in Terminator armor. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yes.
And I spent ages looking at this new one, thinking, why on earth do I not like it? And I think the problem is it's too plain.
I think it's too cartoony as well. It looks really...
I think it's really, really plain looking. There's just nothing to it. Like, at all. There's no skulls, no ornate heraldry or anything like that. It's just really, really bog standard.
It reminds me
that's what really bothers me.
He-Man. That reminded me of.
I don't mind, necessarily the face mask or the, the different aesthetic. I like the idea of, all chaplains looking different and stuff like that. But I just think it looks so boring. However, I am glad, don't get me wrong, I love Space Marines. They are my everything. I am glad there was just some new units, like some Jumpback Primaris, multi-part Terminators. Stern Guard looked fantastic. Multi-part kit, definitely picking some more of those up. The Command kit, really, really cool looking. Super impressed with that Command squad. There was no real big stuff, no new dreadnoughts, no new tanks or anything like that, which I'm really glad about. I'm glad they kept it boots to the ground. I like that.
Yeah, I quite like the new
Noodle. Well, yes, everyone needs a cape. If you haven't got a cape, you're not important. Or a tactical rock. No cape, no tactical rock. Get out.
I quite like the command squad they brought out. I thought that looked pretty cool.
The command squad looks really good. I'm very much looking forward to that because it's very much echoes like the type of thing I've been doing with my Dark Angels anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm very much here for that.
See, I won't be rushing out game anyway because obviously I don't have a Space chapter myself, so it's just club chapter stuff. But
there was the Blood Bowl Vampire Counts army.
Yeah. So I was speaking to guys at the Blood Bowl League about this.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't really like them. However, someone said, oh, but they look like 70s vampires. Like from 70s horror films.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought, actually, I've been looking at it as vampires from Age Sigmar, not the old world.
Yeah.
Where Blood Bowl is based on. So it could change my perception of the kit then. I thought, actually.
I thought Blood Bowl wasn't part of any universe.
It's more the old world than it is.
It takes factions from my old world, but it's not set in the old world, I don't think. I think it's its own separate thing. Because I remember hearing that and being really surprised by it. Because I thought, why don't you just set it in the old world?
Yeah.
But right, okay, let's go to Rumor Engine, view all news. Let's scroll down, load more, and let's go to where are we? Nova. When was it?
Last Wednesday? No, last Thursday, wasn't it? Silly o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
Nova Open Previews. Okay. So, Fulgrim. Fulgrim. Fulgrim was hilarious in the chat. I've never seen a chat turn so quickly on people. It got announced, and then when they found out it was for Horus Heresy, everyone went a bit angry because I think they were expecting him to show up in 40k.
Yeah.
Cool model. Looks an absolute nightmare to get anywhere with how spindly it is, but yeah, cool model.
The thing with Primarchs, why don't they make them so you can use them for both?
Well, that would be the sensible thing, wouldn't it? Just bring them back and let people pick and choose.
You know what I mean?
I know it drives a narrative, and a Primarch coming back's a really big thing, but just stop mucking about, innit? Grow up.
Yeah.
We have the Bretonnian Elise Dechard, the woman on the unicorn thing.
Yeah, it's a cool model, but yeah, again,
I think it's resin, so not for me. But yeah, cool. I like it.
the gripe with the old world coming back, or Warhammer Fantasy, is why is it coming back? If no one was playing it before,
yeah, why would you bring it back? After,
why are you bringing it back?
Age of Sigmar doing so well for so long, it's
I know a lot of people don't like Age of Sigmar, but it's a completely different game.
Now, this is where points of view will always really differ, because when I joined the hobby, Old World was already gone, so I only knew Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, oh, this is just a fantasy one, and that's the sci-fi one.
Yeah,
and Age of Sigmar was always the easier system to pick up and play, and that's what I actually started with. As much as I disdain I have for the fantasy genre, it was easier, and the models were a bit more interesting, in my opinion. So I started with Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
But I think you've got a really good point there, and I don't think a lot of people can argue with that statement. Is why you bring it back when no one, it didn't sell anything in the. But then, is that because the rules got too convoluted, and given a different avenue, maybe it could have been the bigger of the two systems, because that was their original game system, Warhammer Fantasy Battles. So it's definitely interesting.
I mean, if you want rank and file, there's other games to play.
Yes, very much so.
It's like Kings of War from Mantic today. That's a rank and file game, which is simple. Yeah. It's not hard to, learn to play. And
I guess it's a difficult one, because really, of all things, they just shouldn't have said anything. They should have just said, we are going to currently leave Warhammer Fantasy on this edition for the foreseeable future. Here's Age of Sigmar. But still published that fantasy rulebook, so people could still carry on playing it, and picked it back up in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, whatever, when they were ready to go, right, we need to refine this. We need to shake things up. So who knows? It could overtake Age of Sigmar and be the popular system again, and whatever.
I think it'll be a bit more the Horus Heresy, because a lot of people won't want to paint that many models for rank and file.
No. Fantastic, and I got to admit, I do like seeing the old bits in White Dwarf and stuff like that. But I do agree.
I started off with Warhammer Fantasy. First model was the Goblin Wolf Riders.
Nice.
That was the first ever kit I picked up from GW. But I don't know whether I'll go back to it or not. It's because if it's a popular club, I'll probably look into it. But I think it's just going to be a bit of Horus Heresy, where it's a massive hype. All the influencers are going to get free copies to promote it.
Yes.
Then it's just going to fall flat on its arse.
And then it will die down, and no one really kind of plays it.
That's my view on it.
It's gone back to the same demographic that held on to it, and the Heresy. Like, I remember being in a chat once. I put up a thing, and I asked a question. I said, would you prefer to see new units or old units redone? And I had this guy absolutely furious at me, going, "It's a historical game. And it was nothing about the Heresy. I didn't ask anything to do with it. And I do think there was a bit of a bad demographic, and Horus Heresy was known for a long time at being that proper neckbeard game.
Obviously, we have a club, 20 plus members each week.
Yeah.
Not one of them has played Horus Heresy at club.
See what I mean? Just quickly to answer a question there, Captain Noodle. The only reason I want to know about the Old World is to see if Skaven get updated. Unfortunately, Skaven are not going to be in the Old World. It's set before they emerged from their little civil war that they were having. They will not be re-emerging. There's a few factions that aren't getting any love, and that is Skaven, Chaos Dwarves, because I would have liked to have done a little Chaos Dwarf army. If I was going to do anything, I'd do Chaos Dwarves. There's about 4 or 5 that aren't getting any new models because the old world is set before they emerged.
Right,
the
if
world
we
that was.
beat the chaos with the old world, right, would their models be compatible with Age of Sigmar?
I don't know. That's going to be the thing we're still on the fence about. I don't know if they're being redone.
You know what I mean?
They're going to do completely new things. I don't know. I'm honestly
I
baffled.
love to have the Beast of Chaos updated, but I wouldn't want to switch to old world to play him. You know what I mean?
Yes, if you've been collecting Age of Sigmar because you thought old world was never coming back, the kindest thing Games Workshop can probably do for you is go, don't worry, any of your existing Age of Sigmar models, as long as it's a faction that can be used in the old world, you can use their models. You go, all right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
But I don't trust GW enough to do that.
No.
As that's a little bit too good to be true. You know, they're here to make money. I do understand that.
No,
but I do sometimes,
I don't know. It's just if it didn't work before, why bring it back? It's a bit like that.
Well, that's only something they know, isn't it?
It's a bit like Epic coming back as well.
Yeah, it went for a reason. All these games went for a reason.
You know, it's like
so
that's just going to be another.
Right, we do need to move on because we are really waffling. We got loads to get through.
Okay.
Right, Underworlds.
Yeah.
New Deepkin versus Slaanesh.
Yeah.
Death Gorge. Wow, that's a new one. There's an octopus. That's cool.
Yeah. The problem with Underworld is I can't keep up with it.
Deepkin figures, looks of it. Okay, Underworlds. Yay, nay? Are you Underworld?
I like the game. I just don't play it often because I can't keep up.
No, to me, we spoke about this the other day. Underworld's too thick, too fast, too soon. Give me a break. Let me enjoy it.
Yeah,
and it just got overwhelming, and it turned me off.
It's why I don't really play trading card games either, because you get a deck.
Yeah, all these decks and things.
You spend months building it up, then they're like, oh, here's a new release.
Card advantage and nerfing things, and it's problem is if they never changed anything, it'd be fine. But unfortunately, they FAQ the hell out of everything. The Blood Bowl team. Obviously, we spoke about the Blood Bowl team.
Yeah.
They're growing on Josh. I don't mind them. I don't necessarily play Blood Bowl.
I'm not going to pick them up, but since someone told me, oh, they're more like 70 themed vampires or stuff. Yeah. Got the team up because I was looking at them as like the Age Sigmar sort of gothic kind of vampires.
You didn't understand what they were going for originally.
No, which when I saw them, I thought they could be naff, but then I understand what they're meant to be now.
No, that's cool. Warcry. Oh, Josh, Warcry. We've spoken about this in a week.
Yes.
The Gorges.
Yes.
The Gorges. Finally, my ogre boys are getting plastic Gorges. I'm very much here for this. Definitely something I will pick up. I like the new bit of scenery as well. The Maw Pit. Oh, I love it.
Maw Pit, yeah.
I'm definitely here for Gorges.
Yeah, I mean, if we go, might be able to get halves on someone with it or something.
I already am. My buddy Florist over on Instagram messaged me straight away. I was like, "Yep, boy, yep." So we're going to be splitting a box of that, which is great. Love the Gorges. I love the hounds. The hounds are fantastic. I don't know what the other the Free Guild army is called.
The only thing I don't like is the helmets. The Free Guild.
I love them. I think the City Sigmar stuff is really, really cool. It's got a lovely ringed look to it, like very dark fantasy, which I like aesthetically.
Yeah.
I do like the City Sigmar stuff. Iron armor, new plastic Dorito, a Dorito or a Dorito as I call them. Dorito.
I can't. Was they the Horus Heresy thing?
Yeah, it's the bipedal dreadnought that you either really, really like or you really, really hate.
I didn't really look at it, to be fair. I saw Horus Heresy.
Quite an old Dorito. I don't mind it. In all honesty, I don't mind it. Once again, if there's rules for it to be used in 40k, maybe if I really want something to paint that isn't a Redemptor chassis, maybe.
I know it sounds bad to run a game group, but I don't always look at the reveals for like the smaller games like Horus Heresy because
no, that's all right.
I have no interest in it really.
I'm just working down the list. Don't get me wrong. I'm not interested in Heresy one bit.
Mm-hmm.
Never have been.
But likewise, if anyone wants to play Horus Heresy at the club, feel free. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop people playing their games. But...
right, let's get to the meaty bits of it. Josh, new Ironjawz.
Love them.
Love the new Ironjawz. Oh my god.
If I had a time for a new army for Age Sigmar, it'll be the new Ironjawz.
Zogrok Iron Smasher with his little pet anvil squig.
Yes.
I think that's stunning.
I love Elvis Squid. He's
yeah. Same energy. Elvis Squig.
Yeah.
New Ard Boys.
Yes, they're very cool.
They look really good. I did kind of like the old Ard Boys, how they were a little bit smaller because they were your chaff, crappy units, but they were old sculpts. So I'm very happy to see Ard Boys get redone. They were previously Black Orcs from, them sculpts have been around for a long time. Very cool. The Brute Ragers.
Yes, they're very nice.
Weird Brute Wreckers with the skull masks.
Yeah.
Once again, aesthetically, really, really, really good looking. I think they look really good. Really, really, really good. New Ard Boys. Obviously, they've got a new Battle Tome supplement, which is interesting because they recently rolled Ironjawz into Orruk War Clans, but now Ironjawz are now getting their own rule supplement again. Interesting. Why? Why would you do this? That seems quite counterproductive. But because it's only Ironjawz, I guess it just contains the rules for the brand new models that are coming out. But I did think that was quite an interesting tidbit there. King Trug.
Yes, very cool model. I won't pick up because I've really got no use for them. But it's a very cool model.
Out of all of the ones that I wasn't expecting, Trogoths, absolutely love them. I think it's great. Once again, one thing that I don't think you can really argue, whether a model is for you or not, the quality of kits that GW produces is second to none. Like they're good looking models.
Oh yeah.
King Trog, Trug, the Trogoth King.
Yeah, it's a very cool model. Yeah.
Very, very cool model. Very yes. So we have the Codex Space Marines and Heroes of the Chapter. Then we have New Scouts, Chaplain, Jump Pack Captain.
Are they new Scouts? Are they really, or are they just reprinted?
Well, they're brought into the scale creep, aren't they?
Because I looked at them and thought they don't look any different to the ones we already got.
They're a bit more refined. The ones we got, don't get me wrong, I've never picked Scouts up just purely because they do look a little bit janky next to their Primaris counterparts. And I think, bringing them up to the scale that everything else is a smart move. We saw it with the Neophytes that came in the Black Templars Crusade box. These ones don't have the dodgy haircut, which I'm very much happy about. But other than that, don't get me wrong, they're not going to set the world on fire, but I do think they are, good. They're a good glow up. But what could you really do with them?
Well, I don't know, but
Scouts, isn't they? They're in Scout armor. There's not really much you can do with them.
No, that. But how much money and effort's gone into rescaling them? Basically, surely I know, make a new type of scout or something instead.
Yeah, but I do think the old, like the reason why I've never picked up old scouts because they are just a bit dodgy looking.
I've got some near me actually of the old scout. It was donated to the club. I haven't paid them up yet. But...
Sorry, I'll just get back to people. Bob the Mine, a little Chaos Dwarf army, heightest much. It's all about the little guys. The little guys with the big hats that bring them up to the correct level is what you need. And Captain Hero actually had a game day with my group for Underworld last Sunday. Really fun with pre-built rival decks. I think if you can get the rival decks, like you do get the starter packs like Magic Gathering and like Pokemon and stuff like that, you get a deck ready made and you can just one each and go for it. Is a good idea. I don't like the idea of ploughing through all these cards and I'm useless and stuff like that. However, Underworld.
I do enjoy Underworld. I just can't keep up with all the releases on them.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, what killed me is the price increase. It was like £15 price increase for the same box.
It used to be £40, didn't it, for the first one?
Yeah, then it went
Shadespire was 40.
It was then it was 45, which okay, it's £5. But then they whacked up to 16. Now it's like 65, and it's like, I know everything's gone up in the world, but
I'm with you. I thought the appealing thing about Shadespire when it came out is it was a game on a budget, and you didn't need that many. Things to do it. A little warband, fantastic.
Yeah.
But then, with the price hikes and stuff like that, it slowly becomes a bit more. And as additions come out, more things are added. And a game that seemed quite quick, quite simple on the tabletop, something you can play with your kids or your missus or something like that. Has actually now become a game that's incredibly difficult and time-consuming to do.
That was a bit like I used to play a game called God Tier for Steamforged Games.
Yes, you've spoken about this before, God Tier.
Absolutely loved the game.
Yeah.
However, they had a price increase. The boxes was £25 for a warband.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's about 20 actually when I first started. Then they jumped up to like 35 quid. And it's like
a big price hike. Like, don't get me wrong, I know these things cost money and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but my gripe has always been is that, like, they call this a hobby, but a young lad with just a little bit of pocket money ain't going to be doing much hobbying for the price a lot of this stuff is. And that's always been my main gripe.
Yeah.
With Warhammer.
This is why at the club we have a club army so people can join in without break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without spending hundreds of money they don't have.
And I think that's a good thing because it is going to encourage people to play and stuff like that and get into something.
So,
but also at the same time, that's always been my gripe is going in there and, like, even if your kids wanted a little something,
you're
talking 20 quid for like a single model.
But this is that's why I don't like the new combat patrols because they've gone from like £50.
Yeah, when I started, Start Collectings were £50. And now, like, they're £95 boxes, and you think, I can't afford that. That's not a saving.
Which I know it's good value for money, but to get people into the hobby, you still think
that's a big. When I first started the hobby 5 years ago, if I'd gone into Games Workshop and I couldn't have bought something, like the first thing I'd bought, and someone said it's £95 for those models to get started, I would have walked straight out and I never would have picked up this hobby.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they should offer a bit more discount. I was speaking to a guy the other day about the Sergeant Castius model, and he's recently been over in Japan in the Warhammer Cath.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I recently picked up that model for 1,500 yen, which is about £8.
Wow.
And I went, blimey. He went, I found it in a bargain bin in the Warhammer store. They literally... People can trade in their own old sprues there. So you could buy like model kits at 70% of the price with some bits missing.
Oh, wow.
which is great if you needed like a few things. He was telling me that there was all like old stock, like it's not sent back. They put it in bins for you to sell. He said
Yeah.
there were loads of stuff in like good bargains. He was like, I had to be careful because I could get into a lot of trouble here. But I thought that was a really interesting concept that because we don't have that here. Like a sale in Games Workshop, unheard of. The only time I've ever heard of that is when Dominion did really poorly.
Yeah, well, I've been saying this. Why didn't I have a sprue bin where people can, if they don't want your sprues,
just donate them?
Donate them, then people can buy them for a couple of quid, and that money goes to charity or something.
They have to replace it with a sprue of their own.
Yeah, or even if it's like have a selected charity in each store, and that money goes to a certain charity. So
that's it. I've got little odd bits of sprues that I probably won't use. With you could make models up and stuff like that. Yeah. And for a young lad who hasn't got anything, to go, oh look, I can make up a unit of 5 guys here because I've got some extra arms at home or something, and just to pop them together, it is a nice idea.
Well, I'm tempted to do that. A club do a kit bash night where people to bring all the old sprues in. We'll put them in a big box and everyone just builds that night. Build what you can from it.
They're there if you need them.
Yeah.
Because I looked at the pictures of the club the other night, and I did notice there was quite a lot of people sitting there painting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that warms my heart.
A lot of people just come to club for the social aspect of it.
That's nice. I like that. Although I don't like doing that, I think that's nice when I see people doing it.
Yeah, no me. But yeah, a lot of people just literally come to club for the social, painting side rather than.
I love it. Beautiful.
So.
And I think that covers all of the Nova stuff.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think it was a strong showing, personally.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I mean, just a good bits for your lay bits,
I understand not everything's going to be for you, and it's okay to go, that's not for me, and slag sank off, that's fine. But you need to remember, and I always try and tell people this, you need to remember that you might not like it, but somebody might think that is the best thing in the world. Not every model is for you. When people are like, "Oh, Space Marine's getting all this," once again, I'm going to say this again. I'm sick of repeating myself. There's no such thing as a Space Marine. That is, that's not an Assault Pack captain. That's a Dark Angels Assault Pack captain. Imperial Fist Assault Pack captain.
Yeah.
It covers so many chapters. It's not a Space Marine. It's the chapter someone plays. Think of all the homebrew chapters there are in the world. That's now a brand new model for a chapter that you've invented. That is a model for you. So I always do tell people this. Not every model's for you, but I liked Nova. I think it was quite good. I haven't seen much footage of the actual show.
No, I'll be honest. I don't watch many of the shows.
No, me neither. If I'm honest with you, but I was. It seemed like a good showing and a good. I was. So yeah, I think Nova was all right. Nova was quite good.
Yeah.
I do still feel, and I love Space Marines, but Tyranids definitely got the more exciting.
The better half, yeah.
I really love the Tyranid stuff. I think that they really did well with that. So definitely.
Yeah, Tyranid models are really nice.
Very, very, very nice models. Let's just paint this last little bit. I'm just going to block these colours in here, as I need to wait for my PVA to dry on that guy. Completely should have done that lunchtime, but didn't. As Josh knows, a bit of a stressful day at work today.
Well, everyone has stressful days, don't they?
Yeah. Let's just touch these in. So
with is it the auto cannon?
Yes, love it.
I was going to have to flame it, but I put flame on the Helldrake, so I was like,
Auto hits are dirty. I can't believe Harken has gone down in points. I have nightmares about that guy now.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was like 120 points. Now he's 90.
Wow.
And he's quite overpowered. I think
He's an absolute beast on the tabletop, Harkin.
Yeah,
he really is. I mean, poor
Yeah.
Lazarus.
Yeah, Lazarus did not survive very well, did
Lazarus got his pants pulled down and embarrassed in front of his pals.
he? And the Custodes did.
Yeah, and all them Custodes did. And all the Stern Guard. And all
Yeah.
the Assault Marines.
Although Submarines did do well. The guy with the
It
power
was
fist.
the one guy with the power fist that really put the work in. He was
Punching
like
all
my
through the
star
Raptors.
of the show. He did really well, bless him.
I'm playing whack-a-mole at the arcade with my Raptors. He was.
He was bopping them all.
Yeah. Didn't he kill about 6 by himself, something like that?
He wiped out that unit of 5.
Yeah,
then he mopped up that other one.
He killed another 3 from the other unit, I think.
Yeah, he was having none of it. He was not having any of your nonsense.
Whack-a-mole.
So I converted up this little sword brethren guy, and I think I've just snapped a bit of him. Oh, poopy pants. It's all right. I can glue that back.
He needs a name.
So yeah, that's where we are. He needs a name. Do you know what he probably does? All we know so far about him is he hates chaos. That's all we know so far about that guy.
Especially Alpha Legion?
I think just chaos in general. He was not having none of it. He was having none of Josh's nonsense. He was like, right, you leave this to me. Okay. So let's glue back on. Let's clean this up. I need to remove all this blue tack. So I've got a video. Josh got a video coming out Saturday.
Ooh.
It's something I've wanted to do for a while, and people keep asking me about stuff. When it comes to kit bashing.
No, I thought this was launching the OnlyFans, but
no, it's only feet I'm doing.
Okay.
If you've seen the state of my toes, that's disgusting. But people keep asking me for like a bit of advice when it comes to kit bashing stuff. So I put together 5 things that I always do when I start kit bashing.
Okay.
So literally, when I'm sitting here and I go, right, I want to make something. This is what I do.
Yeah,
it's 5 steps. It's really easy. Really, I'd actually say quite empowering and affirming. I always like people to try and be proud of what they do at all different skill levels. So it's a bit more. I'm trying to get people to think about their own skill set and what they're capable of and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also being a bit kinder to themselves when they do things.
I'll definitely have a watch of that.
Yeah, Saturday, 12 o'clock. 5, my top 5 hobby tips to make your kit bash game explode in your face.
I can't guarantee I'll watch it when it first comes out because I think I'm at barbecue this weekend.
Oh, nice.
So,
I'm trying not to do anything. I'm all social batteried out. I'm done. My brother got married on Friday last week.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm done. I'm so tired. We've had so many weddings this year. The kids are all back to school. I had my little one be off on Wednesday, sorry. She only went back to school today because I got a letter about that concrete.
Yes.
Originally, her school wasn't on the list. And then about Wednesday, 3 o'clock, we got a letter that said concrete not going back into school. I was like, that's bloody fantastic. So she had to come into work with me yesterday, which is an absolute nightmare. But so all back to normal now. I just want to.
Can't be helped though, can it?
Oh God, I want to just do the hoovering and go to bed at 9 o'clock. I do. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so like.
God, these helmets are so good.
What the spiky horny ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
It's so hard to pick which one to have on what.
if you need any, I've probably got some spares, Josh.
No,
any doubles.
No, I'm just stuck for choice. I'll be honest. It's
Or you mean you're spoiled for choice?
That's what I meant. Yeah, spoiled for choice.
That's the one we want.
You know what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant. No, Chaos Terminator is really, really cool kit. Really, really, really. If you do Chaos, get yourself some Terminators. Fantastic kit.
Because I've had the Chaos Lord Terminator for a while now. Say that again.
What? Sorry, you said something about Chaos Lord?
Yeah, I had the Chaos Lord and Terminator on for ages now, but I haven't really been able to use them in Temp because you sort of need to apply them with a unit to make them effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sold a few of my boxes at my local game shop, and it pretty much paid for this box. So also
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I always said to the guy in the shop, I said, it'll be my reward for surviving 6 weeks holiday. So
I want a pint of tequila. I don't want any bloody models. 20 fags and a pint of tequila. Bosh, get one down, yeah. Yes, so that's where we are. For those obviously watching Hampton the other one, I will try and attend the South East London Wargaming show on the 15th of October. I'm going to try and go there.
Let me know how that is.
Yes, I will. I'm looking forward to having a walk around, having a mooch, and just generally chatting to people and stalls there. I know some people that are setting up stalls. Rock Miniatures are okay. Miniatures are going to be there. I don't know if my other friend is going to be there, but I'll confirm it later.
Yeah,
it's nice to network in the hobby and be able to go to these places and know that you've got a friendly face there, which is definitely a plus. So yeah, that's all I've really got going on at the moment. Video is going to be edited tomorrow, published, be out on Saturday 12 o'clock. I'll be painting up this little blade converted dude.
Nice.
He's like a bit of a, I guess, Primaris Dark Angel's companion. Really, he's quite cool looking.
Because I haven't done much painting in the past couple of days because just how hot it's been.
I can very much vouch for you there.
I have started on Vesper. Little Fairy of Alvering Wings for Moonstone. It's riding like a giant hornet bee.
Very nice.
Which I have used some of the Turbo Dork on. Just try and turn it around.
Nice. There's a few things I've got coming up. I've got an airbrush thing. I got a budget airbrush sent to me, which is really nice. I've got that to work with. Let's quickly, Josh, look at this. Look at this. I am going to do a little just quick unboxing, but look, this arrived today. This is from Plaza Japan. This isn't sponsored. I paid for this with my own money. But look how tiny, orc for scale, these little houses are.
That's pretty cool.
Like you can see the apex. This is a little one-story house. Just tiny little things. Comes with like little instructions and things. They did send me a little thank you thing. Your feedback matters. Please take our 1-minute survey. Maybe. They popped this in. It's an erasure.
Okay.
I think that's Mount Fuji.
Oh, nice.
What's the big volcano mountain in Japan? Anyway, I think it's that. And they, for some reason, some tissues.
Some tissues? That's very random, but okay.
Always good for a quick masturbate at the paint studio desk. Brilliant. So I picked up these tiny little fences. I thought this would be nice to make some little borders and boundaries and things like that. And I do have a little bit of a guide in mind. We've got a little bridge section here. It's a couple of combination kits. Sasagawa, Green Max, and Tomitech is what I've gone for. However, I do need to look at some Sankey products and stuff like that. So Engage. They do these really cool, and I actually didn't know you got 3 of them in there. but it's tiny little detailed wall sections that you can just cut to size.
Oh, well, that's pretty
But
cool.
it's got little, I don't know if you can see that little sculpted stone.
Yeah, just
There.
that's it.
So we've got some little houses. These come in packs of 6. These come in at a grand total of about 47 millimeters. These are tiny. Once again, I'm going to show you the size of the house and then orc for scale.
Nice.
As you can see, the orc stands a little bit bigger with his gun up. But pack
Yeah.
of 6 houses. Really, really cool. Look, it's got little numbers and stuff, all little signs and things for making road signs and things.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Cool. We've got that. I tell you what else this would be really, really good for as well. It's a 1/150 scale. Adeptus Titanicus, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Adeptus Imperialis, the small little one. Same scale.
Yeah.
So little fences. I'm not going to open this one up. It's just little fences, a few little gates and stuff like that. But
And you said that came all the way from Japan.
Yeah.
So what was shipping like for it?
About £14, and it's about £50. No, about £35 worth of stuff.
Okay, so it's about 50 quid in total. But
yeah. Now these are really interesting. These are little shops. I weren't too sure about these at first. I thought, okay, well, let's give these a go. Tomy Tech. Opened one up, and in actual fact, if you don't like painting and you wanted some scenery,
yeah,
they literally come pretty much done and painted.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
That you could literally plonk on the tabletop and have your troops fight around.
That's pretty cool.
Once again, there's a few bits in there and stuff like that. Really impressed, actually. So, yeah, you want some really cheap scenery? N-gauge stuff. One thing that they do put in there, they line the box with like Japanese newspaper.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
I always like looking at the ads and stuff like that. I'm not sure which way this is supposed to go, because although the ads are that way, the papers fold lengthways. So I think these are actually bigger pages. They should be like this. I only know a few words in Japanese, but house do, like, what is that? I might have to Google that. But look at this. This is Buddha guy and some dude playing with minstrels. I don't know. Yeah, they just look like the chocolates, don't they?
Yeah, no, really.
So, I was so I went back on and I had another little look, and they do little bus stops. So if you wanted to, you could make a really, really accurate battlefield for your games. So, and I just thought that was really cool, really cute. Me and my daughter, we're going to be making a little Studio Ghibli-esque town.
That's pretty cool.
So that's something we're going to do together, and I'm very much looking forward to it, actually. I think that's going to be a little bit of a winter project.
Yeah.
As I'm pretty rammed at the moment for other things. I do have I've got another house kit here, actually from Rock Miniatures. Brilliant. Would be great for Mordheim and stuff like that. Just getting around to doing these things.
Yes. Oh, if anyone's into Moonstone, their Kickstarter comes out in October.
What are they doing Kickstarter for?
New faction.
Oh.
Called the Shades.
Right.
Which are like
people?
undead, yeah. But they're not like scary, like, but they're like definitely Moonstone kind of like style undead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If anyone's into Moonstone, it might be worth you keep an eye on Kickstarter.
Ghosts in general.
Yeah. And I've said they're hopefully going to try and do about 6-month turnaround for the Kickstarter.
That's a bit of a strong promise there, but it'd be if they could.
No, they haven't promised, but they're hoping to.
Nice.
It's obviously they'll never promise it, but
nice. No,
They
it's
don't
good.
like it.
It's good
They
to see
don't like it.
Moonstone doing well when expanding. It's a good game.
In all fairness, since Games Expo and since they've won the awards and that, and obviously some of the top influencers have, they won awards, so we're going to jump on a bandwagon now.
As they do, yeah.
It has been growing in a positive way.
Good. And look, I know, like sometimes you go, but you know what? Any exposure is good exposure.
100%,
because word of mouth is a very powerful tool. So it doesn't really matter, who it is that's doing it. Well, it does matter. It's like the Hitler or something, but it's good because that someone might see that and go, actually, I'm really interested in that, and then tell a friend, who then tells a friend, who then tells a friend. And all of a sudden, you've got more, Moonstone, which is a good thing.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, if anyone is interested in Moonstone, and want more models, or a new faction, which good thing about Moonstone, all the different factions play differently as well.
Yes.
And there's like two halves of the faction, so like they all do different things.
So let's have a look at Moonstone.
50.
Better put down Moonstone game. There we go. Blinking games. There we go. No, that's just. Oh, for God's sake! Oh no, this is it. Moonstone Shop. People start set.
I've just released 2 new boxes actually, which I haven't got yet, but I will.
Is that the Arising expansion book?
No, that's been out a couple of years.
A Witch in Time and Administration of Justice?
Nope, another month.
Oh, wow.
So it's Gump and Wildwood.
It's not in chronological order. Blood Magic. Booty's Bilge. Who's that? Oh, hello.
That's the El Capitino.
That dude's riding a crab.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I did offer you to paint that whole box there, but you were flying out. Just have to go
no, I just won. I like Bristlenose the Troll. He's cool.
I haven't got him yet, actually, but he is a cool model.
Cool. He looks like a big Fellwater Troggoth. I like it.
Yes. Yeah, no, I haven't got Bristlenose. It's one of the ones I haven't got yet.
Cool looking model. Dim and Dimmer. Very cool. I love Death and Taxes. I think Death and Taxes is probably my favourite.
Dim and Dimmer is so fun to play. You never know what's going to happen. He could hit himself. Yeah.
The Jackalope looks very cool.
Jackalope's cool. Yeah, I've got the limited edition one, the Angry Jackalope.
Outlanders, they look quite unique. I like the dude with the big pelt. He's cool.
Yes, it's a rat. It's a rat.
Yes, he's like a rat over him.
Yeah. Mirror Day, I think his name is.
Rebald the Troll. There's a small goblin with a cannon on it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's fun. Yeah, he's fun as well.
So cool. I like that. That's good.
I love him. He's one of my favourites. He is.
Oh, there you go. Gump and Weirdwood. There we go.
I say, yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, which are the trees of Talbot.
Why in the fantasy genre does it always go back to walking trees?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, trees don't walk.
Yeah, but it's fantasy.
Why wouldn't you have like a brick wall or a lamppost that walks?
Because trees are part of nature, aren't they? So, and trees are technically living, aren't they? So
a toilet, an outhouse, a walking toilet.
Trees are living things, aren't they? Yeah. Where an outhouse, a toilet, and that are man-made.
I don't know. I just can't help think that telephone boxes would be a touch more threatening because of electric shock. Okay, nothing about the Kickstarter on the actual website.
No, he did an interview with a YouTube channel, which is TNG Productions.
Right.
Which he announced it.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
yeah, but there just seem to be some very cool stuff coming out from him soon
yeah.
in the not too distant future. So it's always good to keep your eye on it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? There we go. Right. I am going to call it there because it is getting hot in this room, Josh.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really wearing clothes at the moment. I've got a pair of shorts on, and they're tight, and that's it. So it is.
And a
It's
tie,
quite
you say?
Pardon?
You say pair of shorts and a tie?
No, I just said they're tight.
You say you wear pair of shorts and a tie?
No. I'm just wearing shorts and a tie. It's not formal. Jesus. So no, I'm gonna call it there because it's.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a shower. I'm gonna go and walk the dog, and I'm gonna lay on the bed and try not to melt.
Yep. No, don't blame you.
Yeah, is what I'm going to do. Josh, it's been lovely spending an evening with you. Thank you to everyone in the chat that's just popped in.
Thank you.
Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed it. Just kind of listening to us. It's a little bit of background noise, a small chance to drown out the crushing loneliness, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a nice way of saying it.
One way of
Do thanks to everyone that has popped in, is watching and stuff like that. Do appreciate if you're watching from the future. Hello from the future.
And make sure you subscribe to Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, smash that, comment on a video if you've ever commented on a video, or that type of crap that people say. So yeah, a new video 12 o'clock. Josh is going to be at the club on things. If anyone is around the Lichfield area, Free Spires Gaming Group.
Yes.
Gaming Group. There is. Not that I'm biased because I'm a committee member, but yes.
Yep. You heard it from the best, so
you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. So yeah, Josh, stay cool, stay hydrated.
I'll try.
Don't forget to poo often and pee often.
I'll do my very best.
Very good. I'll catch up with you probably next week.
You will.
Where hopefully it'll be a bit less hot.
Hope so. Yes.
Hope so. just a touch. But yes. So thanks all. I'll see you next time. God bless and take care.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.